Hey guys, this is the Bostonian Critic, and I am here to talk about Thor this time for the fourth film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movie for DisneyYear Part 2. So I guess after the disappointment of Iron Man 2, I guess people were kind of nervous with what happened, what they're gonna do with Thor. But before I do talk about this movie, this one really has a little bit of an interesting history. What I mean is that I actually went through, and I'm reading right here on Wikipedia that it says it went through development hell. And it says it right over there. Or if you can see it right. Wait, well, unless you can see it, I don't know. But yeah, it definitely went through development hell. So, because back in the early '90s, director Sam Raimi, the director of Evil Dead and the Spider-Man trilogy, and Oz the Great and Powerful, he was actually the one who developed. He actually wanted to direct that movie long ago. But for some reason he didn't do it. So he abandoned it. So, after that, it was going to be later on. They said that director Matthew Vaughn, the director of Kick-Ass and on X-Men First Class, and of course the Kingsman movies, was going to direct that. But of course he didn't direct this movie. But they got Kenneth Branagh, the director of Cinderella, or the 2015 Cinderella movie, and also the voice of Miguel from the Road To El Dorado, surprisingly, to actually direct this movie. And for what this guy actually did, as I remember this being a really good movie. Is it a great film? No, there's problems, of course. But it is a good startup for a Thor movie. Well, of course, our main character is Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth. He basically was a brother named Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston, and his father, Odin, played incredibly well by Anthony Hopkins. Thor gets into trouble, and then he basically rebels against his father, and then, of course, it's your typical classic, fish out of water story. Just like the Little Mermaid, for example. And like how Wonder Woman was like a fish out of water story too. But he banishes Thor into our planet, and basically he crash lands into Earth, and then he comes across some other characters, like one played by hold on, I gotta read the characters' names. I'm sorry, people. But I do know the actresses. I just need to know the names again. Alright. Or like Darcy Lewis, played by Two Broke Girls actress Kat Dennings. We got Natalie Portman playing as the love interest named by Jane Foster. That's right, Jane Foster. And a scientist. And a scientist named Eric Selving, played by Stellan Skarsgård. And a bunch of other characters, even the King and the Frost King, named Luffy, played by Fior. Fior. So basically, he has to be. Thor has to prove himself that he can be a hero, and that if he is, he can actually go back to Asgard. And basically, he has his hammer, and it gives him power and stuff. And then later on his evil brother Loki, he actually finds out his dark past, that he was actually adopted, and that he sends down a destroyer to destroy Earth. And of course destroy Thor. And that way he can actually take over Asgard. And of course he gets defeated, and then we'll see him in Avengers. So the good stuff is obviously some really great things. For example, the world of Asgard is just phenomenal. The colors are just great. I mean, it's Kenneth Branagh. Anything he does is just fantastic. Particularly visual style. And it's just amazing for Asgard. And the cinematography is shot very well. And as much as naturally I'll get to the best stuff in a minute. And I absolutely love the casting choices for Thor and Loki, and Odin. Tom Hiddleston is a great villain. on as Loki. And Chris Hemsworth is definitely the best thing in the entire movie. I just love this guy. Best thing in the entire film. He's funny, he's clever, or he talks like an actual god, or like you really believe that he's actually Thor. And the story itself, well, Fish Out of Water is actually kind of enjoyable for what it is. But if there's any problems with the film, they're just kind of, small minor problems. They're just small gripes. The Jane Foster character, while the actors do who follow Thor on Earth, do a good job with the performance. It's just that the characters themselves don't feel interesting, and even the love relationship between him and Jane Foster, between Thor and Jane Foster, it feels kind of weak. And trust me, it gets weaker in the second film. But that's another story. But yeah, honestly, for what it is, I think Thor is a very enjoyable picture. If you haven't seen it yet, I think it's definitely worth a watch. So, if you have seen Thor, what have you thought about? And what did you think about it? Just comment below, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and what else? And follow me on Stardust too. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I am the Bostonian Critic, and I am signing out. Take care.